accounting friends, welcome back to Henny Journal, the podcast of discussing hot issue in the world of accounting. Today, we have a special guest, Miss Christine, a specialist in finance accounting standard. Welcome, Miss Christine.
Yeah, welcome. Good evening, Henny. I'm delighted to join and share insight on the financial accounting standard, especially PSAK 73 here.
Absolutely. We will focus on PSAK 73. Research has been effectivity since 2020, but in fact is still feel and it often generation question. Essentially, Miss Christine, what is the fundamental change about PSAK 73?
Okay. The fundamental change is quite simple, Henny. It's elimination of balance sheet accounting for leases. Previously, under PSAK 30, there was something called an operation lease, the lease of a building or equipment where payment were recorded only as expense. This allowed the company is through liabilities to remain hidden.
Is the debt for that hidden debt?
Exactly, PSAK 73, which is adoption of IFRS 16 parts and to that. Now all leases with a leases term of more than 12 months and that not low value asset must be recognized on the balance sheet as first right of use asset or RUO on the asset side. Two, leases liability on the liability side.
So leases for receiving expedition, warehouse leases, they are enter the balance sheet. Even so they were previously only operating leases.
That's right. The consequence is that a company balance sheet, which used to consider it light, suddenly becomes heavy due to the appearance of substantial asset and liability.
The impact on the balance sheet is clear, Miss Christine. What about impact on the income statement and other important financial risks?
This is also significant. Previously, operating lease payment were recorded as a single item, lease expense. Now, because the lease fee was as financing, the lease expense split into two components. The first, depreciation expense on the right of use asset or straight line method. Two, interest expense on the lease liability or effective interest method.
This means lease expense differs from the operating expense line item and is replaced by depreciation in interest and interest.
Yes, the consequences are EBITDA or earning before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization usually increase because the lease expense is taken out. This is often favored by management. Two, solvency ratio or debt to equity ratio will definitely worsen or increase because the company is debt increased significantly due to the lease liability. This is what analysts and leaders need to watch out for.
PSAK 733 also regulates a transaction that is becoming increasingly common in company, which is the sale and leaseback. What are the accounting challenges here, Miss Christine?
Yeah, a sale and leaseback transaction occurs when a company sells asset or building and immediately leases it back from the buyer. Under PSAK 73, the challenge is to ascertain whether the initial sale transaction is truly considered a sale based off PSAK 71 or revenue.
If it is considered a sale, how is it recorded?
If recognized as a sale, the seller is recognized is a gain or loss only to the extent of the portion of the asset that is transferred to the buyer or the portion the asset which the right of use is not retained. The portion of the asset for which the right for use is retained is recognized as a new right of use asset and lease liability.
And I heard there is a recent amendment to PSAK 73 recording sale and leaseback effectivity January 1, 2024.
This is correct. This amendment is will be the DSAK EA1 aims to clarify how the seller list must measure the lease liability arising for the transaction. Essentially, they must determine how to measure lease payment and ensure the measurement of the right of use asset does not result in excessive gain or loss when recognizing the transaction. This ensures more consistent accounting treatment.
Well, Miss Christine, this has been truly enlightening. So the key message of PSAK 73 is transformation. All leases communication must now be clearly visible on the balance sheet.
Yes, especially PSAK 73 encourages accountants to look beyond the legal form of contract and to consider the economic substance of the rights and obligation created by lease.
Thank you very much, Miss Christine, for your time. Accounting friends, don't forget to keep updating your understanding PSAK 73. I'm Henny and my guest, Miss Christine. We sig off now. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Udah mulai. Good evening. Hello accountant friends. Welcome.
Aku ya. Wait. Abis 73
P73 which is
gerak. Iya yang bener pegangin ya, tong.
Orang baru main.